In this video, I'm going to show you how to set up a basic funnel for sending emails inside of GoHighLevel. It should only take about 10 minutes. So the first thing we're going to want to do is actually come over to sites on the corner here. So click on the sites just here. And from inside of here, what we're going to want to do is click on new funnel. And here, what we can do is we can create a new funnel from blank, from the funnel AI, and also from templates. Now for me, I'm going to be doing it from blank, but it's up to you which one you do. They do have loads of templates that you can use as well. Again, I'm going to be doing mine from blank. So I'm going to put a name in here. So I think I'm going to call this something like sending emails. I think that is good. So what I'm going to do now is click on create. And now what this has done is actually made us a dashboard. So from here, what we can do is we can add a new step. So what we're going to want to do is click on create new step or import. Select that. From here, we can actually give this a name. So I want to call this emails form. And what we can do is we can leave the path. It should make us one automatically. And the ClickFunnels, I'm not going to do this, but you can import a template from ClickFunnels if you have the URL. But once you're happy with the name, click on create funnel step. So what that has done now is it's made us a funnel step, and this is the email form. What we can do is actually add another step, and we can call this like the thank you page. I'm going to call it thank you and click on create funnel step. Now we can make another step if we want to, but for me, I'm only going to have 2 steps. So the email form, this is where the customer or the client can actually add in their email address. And once they have clicked submit, it will then send them to the thank you page. So I'll show you how to do that as well. So what we're going to want to do is actually click into the email form here. And from here, what we're going to want to do is click on create from blank, select that. Now we're inside of the builder. What we're going to want to do is actually add in a section just here. So I'm going to add in a full width section here. You can add in smaller ones if you want to. Now to do that as well, you can go to the advanced tab, and inside of here, we can come down to the width just here, and we can just change the size of this green border. So you can do it down to small as well. But for me, I'm going to click on the full one. And inside of here, what we're going to want to do now is click on add row and add in 1 column just here. We can add 2, 3, 4, and 5, and 6, but I'm going to add 1. Click that and add that in. Now what we're going to want to do is add an emblance. Inside of here, we can add a headline if we want to, and a paragraph. So if you want to have a message first before you actually add in your form, you can do that by just dragging that into here. We can give this a text as well. So I've just put in here, enter your details below. You can also add in a paragraph under this as well by clicking the little plus button here, and we can add in a paragraph just under here like that. Now, if you want to do that, you can do that, but I'm actually going to delete mine out by clicking the little bin icon just here. And now what I'm going to do is actually add in a form. So again, what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on the little plus button just here. We're going to add in another column. So I'm going to drag that in like that. From in here, I'm going to click on add emblance. And inside of here, what we're going to want to do is simply just search for the form. So search for form. There we go. There is our form. Just drag that in like that. Now it's going to say that we don't have a form. We actually need to make one. And once you've made one, you can select from inside of here and select your form. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to click on save. And then what we're going to do is actually click on click here. This is how we're going to make our form. So click into here. And what that will do is actually take us over into the form section. And inside of here, we're going to want to add a form. Inside of here, we can start from scratch or from template. Now again, if you want to save time, you can select from template just here, but I'm going to start from scratch and click on create. And now that has made us a simple form inside of here. What we can do is we can edit a lot of this out if we want to as well. So we can click into here. We can actually remove the last name. We can remove the phone number if we want to by clicking the little X button up here. Also, I'm actually going to remove the last name as well. I want to get rid of that. So what we've got in here is the first name and the email address. If you want to add in more things, you can come to the side here. We can simply add the phone back in if we want to, like that. But again, I'm going to delete that one out. We've also got a load more stuff inside of here in the side from the emblance, from the form emblance just here. We can add in loads more stuff if we want to. We can also add in text as well. We can do all sorts of stuff. We can also upload files, so we can make the person upload a file as well. But I'm not going to be doing this. I'm going to keep this as simple as possible. We can also have these buttons here if we want them to agree to our URL and stuff like that. But I'm going to remove this. I don't want that on there. And very important, make sure you do have a policy and a terms of service as well. We're also going to want to check if this works on a phone as well by clicking up here. If we select that, this is what it looks like in a phone menu. But again, I want to come back over to the computer. And what we can do as well is we give this a text up here as well. So I'm actually going to call this something like the email. I'm actually going to call it the email form 1, just so I know what it is. And I think that's good. I'm going to click on save up here. That has now saved. What we can do is we can click on the little X button just here. And that should bring us back over to this page here. This is our funnel builder. So what we've got to do is we might have to click on the little X button just here. Click on save. And we might just have to reload this page. Now that has reloaded, what we're going to want to do from here is select into this blue box. And then come down here into the corner. And from here, we can select our new form. So remember, I called it email form 1. So select that. And that should load in here like this. What we can also do is make sure you do select into your form. So if we select out of this for a moment, select into your form. And from the corner here, we do want to make sure that we have the button actions here. And what we want to do from here is select into here. And what we want to select from here is go to next step. Then what this will do is this will make the customer go to the next step once they've added their details in here, then clicked on button. Now I probably should have swapped the name out of here inside the button. Now you could do that back on the form page. If you want to change the name button to something like submit, just come back over to here and click on edit form. Now inside of this build adjust here, we can actually select onto the button and we can change this to submit. So there we go, I've changed it to submit. And what we're going to do from here is click on save, then click on the little X button up in the corner here. Then from this page here, just save it again and refresh this page. As you can see, now it says submit down here. So we are done on this page. What we can do is click on publish up here and wait for this to publish. Now, if you don't have a domain, it's recommended to add one here by purchase, or you can connect one if you already have one. Now, if you already purchased a domain from Hostinger, I do have a video on how to connect it. Now, I will leave a link in the description down below on that. But for me, I've already got a domain, so I'm going to select this one here. I click on save. And from here, what we're going to do is go back. And inside of here, we now need to make the thank you page. So I'm going to click into the thank you page. Then click on create from blank. So from in here, what we're going to do is add a full section just here. Click into here and drag that in. From here, we're going to add a row, a one column. And inside of here, we're going to add an element. I'm going to add in a headline. And inside of this text here, I'm going to put thank you for signing up. So something like that, thank you for signing up. We're also going to add in a paragraph. So I'm going to click on the little plus button just here, add a paragraph. And inside of this paragraph, I'm actually going to take that out and put in something like, we have sent you an email. So something like that. You can make the text bigger as well by selecting into here. We can make the font size a little bit bigger. Something like that. We can also add in a picture in here as well if we want to, but I'm not going to do that. I think this looks okay. And then what I'm going to do is click on save. And then I'm going to click on publish up here. So now what we're going to want to do is actually make it a quick workflow. So if we go back and head back over to automations on the corner here. And from in here, we're going to want to create a new workflow. So once this loads, up here, create workflow, start from scratch. Inside of here, we're going to want to add in a new trigger. So select into this trigger. And inside of here, we actually want to find the form submission. So if we just simply type in form. And from here, we can do the form submitted here, select that. And once you've selected that, add filters. Inside of the selection here, what we're going to want to do is select on form is. Then from here, please select form. Inside of here, we want to do our email form 1. Then once you've done that, click on the save trigger down here. And now what we're going to want to do is select the little plus button. And inside of here, we can simply just scroll down a little bit. And we want to send them an email, so we can do that as well by selecting that. Inside of here, we can give the email action a name, a last name, the email from. So this is basically like your details. You can add your company email in here or your business email. We've got the subject as well. So whatever your email is about, we can add the subject in here. So it could be about, I don't know, cooking or something like that. We can add anything in here. So I've just called mine free email. I think that's good. And down here in the message, this is basically where we're going to leave them a message. So we can add in something like, click the link below to get your free course on cooking or anything like that. You can add that in here. Now it is recommended to use templates. So if you have not got a template, it is recommended to use this. Then you can select in here and select a template, but I don't have one, but I will have a video soon on how to make these templates, which are very simple. So I'm going to add a message in here. So I'm going to put something like, thank you for signing up for your free cooking course. Now we can do something like this. So thank you for signing up. Click the link below to get your free cooking course and download your cooking course here. So inside of this download here, we can put a link here, or we can link this download button as a link. So we can click on add link and we can put in a link in here if we want to give them to like a Google Doc or something like that they can download. So just add in the URL inside of here, then click on save. I'm not going to do that just yet because I've already done a video on this, on how to sell products by using emails in GoHighLevel. If you'd like to see videos on that, check out the links in the description down below. Now once you've done this, what you can do now is click on save action. But from here, what we're going to want to do is select on publish up in the corner here. Make sure you do that, very important. Otherwise this will not work. Well, also you can give it a name up here as well. So I want to call this something like the email workflow, something like that. I think that's good. And we click on save up here. Now what we're going to want to do is come back. And if we go back down to sites and come into our sending emails funnel we made and select into here, we can now give this a test and it should be all working. So what we can do now is come down to this button just here, view page, select that. Inside of here, we can now add in our name and email address. So I'm going to do that right now. So there we go. I've added my name and email address. I'm now going to click on submit. So click on submit just here. And this should now take us over to the thank you page. We can also now check our email address and we should have an email from us as well. So as you can see right here, we have now got an email inside of here. It says free email. We can click into here. And as you can see, we have now got thank you for signing up. Click the link below to get your free cooking course. And as you can see here, download your free cooking course here. Now we didn't add a link in here, so I can't click this. but if you added this as a link, they'd be able to click on that and then be able to download your cooking course. So this is how you set up a simple funnel by sending emails. If this video was helpful, be sure to leave a like, hit that subscribe button as well. And that is it from me, and I'll see you in my next video.